Kohalol, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Rachachodash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your brother Yashar with an epistle. This article was published on December 26th, 2021. Paralyzed man with brain chip posts first direct thought tweet. A 62-year-old man in Australia diagnosed with ALS, a disease that causes paralysis, is now able to communicate thoughts with others with no muscle activity involved. On Thursday, he published a post on social media using only direct thought. The company that enabled him to do so, Synchron, announced. Why is this company named Synchron? Because they want to sync biology and technology. They want to make man and machine one. Continuing on, I created this tweet just by thinking it, the tweet read. Said to be posted by Philip O'Keefe to the account of Synchron CEO Thomas Oxley. The first direct thought tweet was created wirelessly from O'Keefe's brain, according to the company. Following progressive paralysis caused by ALS, the man had a brain-computer interface called Stentrode installed last year. The implant, designed to enable patients to wirelessly control digital devices through thought, was inserted via the jugular vein to avoid drilling into the skull. Here is the tweet. No need for keystrokes or voices. I created this tweet just by thinking it. Hashtag Hello World BCI. And goes on to say, now I just think about where on the computer I want to click, and I can email, bank, shop, and now message the world via Twitter. The company cited O'Keefe as saying, or thinking. According to him, the astonishing system takes practice, just like learning to ride a bike, but once you are rolling, it becomes natural. The man, despite debilitating paralysis, is now able to engage in independent activities and reconnect with the world, Synchron claims, adding that it plans to further develop its brain-computer interface in an inhuman study in the U.S. next year. Let's get the scripts. This is Abba Malak Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith and beyond. This is Matthew chapter 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Christs, and Christ is the Greek word of saying anointed. We don't call Yahushai Christ. We say Yahushai Hamashiach. So there shall arise false Christs. And what happens when you're falsely anointed? Well, on the right-hand side, when you're anointed, it had very deep spiritual significance. You were anointed to be a king, a prophet, etc. So these people on the left-hand side are falsely anointed. And false prophets, and prophet means to say before. So they're false. They're faux, they're fake, and shall shew great signs and wonders on the left-hand side. This man is quoted as saying, according to him, the astonishing. So when you're astonished, that's a great sign and wonders. Can you imagine being told 40 years ago that you can think and it will become reality? This man allegedly thought a tweet and it became so-called reality. That's a great sign and wonder on the left-hand side. But us being on the right-hand side, we understand that there's nothing great and wondrous about this. Insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Key words, if it were possible. But it's not possible because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has the elect secured. They're the elect. They're the elite. But if we weren't in the know, we would think that this is absolutely amazing. And when this becomes as common as a smartphone, people are going to be wondering like, wow, like my cousin Jimmy, he had ALS and he took the brain implant and he's able to walk and move, etc., etc., but not knowing that that brain implant is the MOTB, the mark of the beast. This aligns with Revelation chapter 13, 16, 13 and 16, that no man might buy or sell, roughly paraphrasing, lest they have the mark of the beast, and it was going to be implanted in their right hand or in their forehead. Now, we can't get simple. You may not have a right hand, so it goes on your left. You may not have either hand. As long as this is in your body, you have the mark of the beast. But you see, Esau Edom is going to present it as it is something to be obtained, something to have. It will be able to do all these left-handed miracles. But we know that it is not reality. Why? Because going back, it's false. It comes from false Christs. It comes from false prophets. They're on the left-hand side. Esau's whole thing, Esau being the biblical name of the so-called white man, which he is known as today, but we know that there's nothing white about him. He has a pink or red hue. Let's move on to Mark chapter 13, verse 22. This is once again Yahushai Hamashiach, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace and beyond. He says, for false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall shew signs and wonders to seduce. All right, let's look up the modern definition of seduce. Persuade someone to do something, all right? Obviously, this definition is simple. Entice someone. So it will entice, to seduce, because Esau Edom knows that there is an elect. But what they forget or are purposely ignorant of is that they can't touch the elect. And even if they were to kill the elect, so-called carnally, that spirit is still the elect. It will come back. And it will help destroy Esau Edom. All right, we know that vengeance is first and foremost Yahweh Bashim Yashai's, and he's giving the task to Yahushai, the first spirit created, our power pretty much, because no man getteth to the Father except by through the Son. He's going to be having the biggest body count. And if we're lucky enough to be the elect, our bodies will be transformed and we'll be able to partake in that. Continuing on, if it were possible, even the elect. But we once again realize it's not impossible. Slip of the tongue, but not in the mind. It is impossible for Esau Edom to seduce the elect, because the elect first and foremost, belong to Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Everything belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yashai. But he greatly has a lot of love for the elect. And if Yahweh Bashem Yashai has you, nothing can be done. It says in Romans 8:31, what shall we say to these things then? If Yahweh Bashem Yashai be for you, or for us, who could be against us? That was the Apostle Paul speaking. So despite all these miracles that are going to continue to happen on the left-hand side, we have to just stay wrapped up in serving Yahweh Shai, ultimately Yahweh Bashem Shai, and that's that. So with that, I hope you all were edified. Shalom.